Okay, bestie, so I shared with you how I believe that we are living in the body of Sophia in her wrist at a junction point. Let me share with you why this is relevant and why I said the wrist. This theory came to me from my husband, but then I elaborated on it because I'm just like, once I get a topic in my head, I'm just like in it. So in anatomy, there are junction points in the body, places like the wrists, the ankles, where you can feel the pulse directly underneath the chin, your jugular, right? This is where the blood flows close to the surface and where access is easy. These are vulnerable points. We, Earth, our solar system, this region of space, exist at a junction point in Sophia's body. So I said wrist, but it's not necessarily the wrist that we think of, like a wrist. It's more of a junction point in the body, a cosmic wrist, so to speak. And because of this vulnerability, external forces have been able to manipulate this region while she's been in her fallen unconscious state. In Gnostic texts, these forces are called archons. I definitely believe and have called them archons in the past, but you can see it in so many different ways, so many different perspectives. These are rulers and authorities that control the material realm and keep souls trapped in ignorance. But what if these aren't just spiritual metaphors like the Gnostic texts taught? What if they're actual intelligences, what we might call aliens or interdimensional beings who have been manipulating our reality through technological means? There are two ways that this shows up pretty prominently in our solar system. The first way is the moon. Our moon is really unusual. It's too large relative to Earth. Its orbit is too perfect, and it's tidally locked, so we only ever see one face. That's a bit strange, don't you think? Many researchers have actually proposed that it's an artificial satellite placed here deliberately. From that perspective, the moon acts as a frequency broadcaster, a control mechanism specifically targeting the feminine principle. It controls cycles, menstruation, emotional tides, the flow of the divine feminine energy that Sophia represents. Now, I will say, I do not believe the moon is this terrible thing. I truly believe what we're given is what we're meant to work with. So I don't think there's anything negative. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. I don't want to induce fear here. That's not the intention of this. I just want to share a potential theory that could help you to make sense of some of the cosmic happenings that are happening in our life. It's not just happening for no reason, right? There's absolutely a reason why these things are happening, and it's because of these fractalized patterns that are embedded within consciousness that show us the truth. So the second thing in our solar system that really showcases this intelligence is Saturn. So the planet with the hexagonal storm at its pole that looks like an eye, which is actually artificial, by the way. Saturn has been called Satan by some esoteric researchers, noting the linguistic similarity. It's also correlated with Metatron's cube, which is known to be utilized in some of those kinds of practices. And so in this cosmology, Saturn functions as a surveillance system, but more than that, it functions as a surveillance broadcasting system. So not only is it surveilling, but it's also broadcasting a storm, so to speak, a frequency that affects the way that we experience and perceive things on Earth. It's like an eye watching over this region, broadcasting frequencies that lock consciousness into limited perception, into material identification, and into the illusion of separation ultimately. And so together, these two systems, they create what some call the matrix, or a distorted reality overlay within Sophia's trapped state, within her transformational state. It's a prison that maintains itself through frequency manipulation, through controlling our perception of time, through Saturn, and our connection to the feminine, the intuitive, the creative aspects of consciousness, which are present with the moon. The being that is coordinating or benefiting from this manipulation is, in Gnostic terms, what they would call the demiurge, or Yahweh, the false god who claims to be the only God. While Sophia has been fragmented and falling, Yahweh has occupied her throne, ruling through control rather than connection, through domination rather than wisdom. Come back for the next video where we'll talk about the transformation and what happens when Sophia turns 27.